Hey, it's Janique Bone with eXp Realty, and today we're going to go over the home buying process. Maybe you're in a lease or you just want to get out of wherever you are right now and just have something that you can call your own. There's a few things that you want to think about. So, first things first, are you financially ready to purchase a home? Do you have good work history? How is it your income? How is your credit? If there's someone else on the gonna that's gonna be on the loan with you, do they have good income, work history, and good credit? Do you have a savings for a down payment and closing costs? You also want to think about where you want to be. Uh, does the commute matter to you? Schools, stores, activities, and what about the traffic? Especially living in the DMV area, there's a lot of traffic in certain areas. So, does that matter to you? You may work from home, it may not matter. You also want to think about what you're looking for in a home. There's different size homes and different types of homes. So we have condos, we have townhomes, we have single family homes, and there's other stuff in between. What is going to work for you? Also, you want to think about the maintenance. Are you somebody that doesn't mind the maintenance, or do you want the maintenance to be done for you? That also ties in also with like a HOA or a condo. Do you want to be in an HOA? Do you have some sort of work that you do that may not fit with the rules of the HOA. Maybe there's something that you want to do with your land that doesn't fit with the rules of an HOA. And also you want to think about the costs. Um, so you don't want to go and live in the most expensive HOA out there if you don't have it. So you got to think about your why as well, especially, when you're doing when you're doing anything big in life or just anything at all, you should know your why. If you don't know why you're doing it, you shouldn't be doing it. So are you tired of renting, paying thousands and thousands of dollars every year? And you're not owning anything, like you're not getting anything out of it. I mean, you get a roof over your head, but it's pretty temporary for you to be spending that much. Um, do you want free enjoyment of your property? Is it an investment? Is it a legacy, or is it all of the above? So you want to think about those things. After you have a good idea of what you realistically want, then you need to find a realtor because when you're buying a home, using a realtor is just a no-brainer. A real estate agent has a fiduciary duty to their clients to act in good faith and, honesty on their behalf. We're looking out for you, for your best interest, not for the other party's best interest. So most real estate agents don't charge for their services because we're compensated by the seller for bringing a ready, willing, and able buyer, such as yourself, to purchase their property. So having a realtor will just allow you to simplify the home buying process overall. You'll have direct access to an expert that's going to give answer your questions and clarify documents and help you make decisions. These are your decisions, but they can clarify things so that you're making the right decision, an educated decision. So they can advise you throughout the entire transaction. A realtor is a great resource. We have a lot of resources. You could research and find your own resources, but a realtor most likely has dealt with a lot of different businesses and people out there, so they know how they work. Um, Realtors are going to negotiate on your behalf, so you don't want to negotiate yourself if you're not used to a real estate environment. You could end up losing money. You could end up losing your dream home or anything else in between. Um, they keep you on top of deadlines. In a real estate transaction, there's a lot of deadlines. And if you don't stick to those deadlines, that can cost you your deal and that can cost you money. They can help you with a strategy, a plan, so you can accomplish your real estate goals. So a real estate agent is just going to be there to help you through every step of the way before, during, and after your transaction. They're really just a very valuable, truly valuable resource. So definitely use a realtor. Definitely use me if you can. Okay, so once you find a lender, I'm sorry, once you find a realtor, you need to find a lender because now you know what you're doing. You have somebody to help you through your transaction. You need to find a lender. A lender will be there to qualify you for a home loan. So they're your point of contact for the more detailed financial aspects of the real estate transaction. a real estate agent such as myself, I'm not going to know all the answers to your financial questions like, oh, how much will I be paying for this, this month on this house? I won't know the exact answer. Maybe I could give you an estimate, but I wouldn't do that. I will send you to your lender. So you need a lender to understand your budget. You'll provide the lender some documentations or whatever it is that they need to determine how much they can lend you. The lender will look at your employment history, just to show that you're someone who has a history of being financially capable of paying off a loan. So the lender is going to also look at your income and how much you can afford on paper. So the typical borrower can expect to be offered around 4 times their salary if they're approved by a lender. So what you would do is take your total income, multiply it by 4, and that could just give you an estimate or an idea of the price point you could be looking around. So your credit score and your credit history are also going to be reviewed by the lender. So most lenders are looking for a 620 plus, um, but some lenders will let you borrow with a credit score as low as 580, even lower. But that's a tricky and sticky situation. Um, so this will allow you. So the credit score will affect how much you can borrow. If you have a higher credit score, then you're gonna pay less. So once you have a better idea of what you're working with, and the lender has a better idea of what you're working with, um, they can tell you exactly how much you need to purchase a home. So you can have a range of what your monthly payments are going to be looking like, and your down payments and closing costs and whatever you need, so you're prepared at closing. So you'll need to get you'll get a pre-approval letter if approved by your lender, and it usually is good for up to 90 days to purchase a home. And that's what you show the sellers. Hey, you know, this is my lender. This is how much, they've pre-approved me for. It's just proof that you're the real deal. So if your credit is not quite there, let's say you get some not so good news from your lender. If it's not quite there, the lender, if it's a good one, will tell you exactly what you need to do to get pre-approved. I mean, whenever you close on a home, that lender is getting paid. So, don't you think they would do anything in their power to get you pre-approved, even if it's later on? You know, that's how it works. So a good lender is going to give you some sort of plan or strategy, and you might be surprised at how short or what you need to do. They can simplify it. So, another thing you need to think about is you need to find a title and settlement company. So a settlement company is the one that does your closing. You know, the settlement company that you choose to work with will organize and coordinate all the settlement documents that you need to ensure that everything conforms to the expectations of both parties. So they'll order the title, they'll conduct the closing. So the title is what a title is, just kind of like a car in some sort of way, but there's no actual like certificate. But there's a title that legally gives you ownership of property when you purchase it. So the title can have defects as well associated with it. So when you're purchasing a property, it's good to have some sort of title insurance, but they'll do a title check to make sure that it's clean and clear before proceeding. So title insurance is going to protect you from anybody coming or any liens coming from previous owners saying that, hey, you owe this to such and such company for doing roofing work on your home or whatever the case may be. So always get title insurance. So some sellers nowadays, I see it a lot. Some sellers will, say, hey, we prefer you to use such and such settlement company or title company, but you don't have to. You're not required to. You can choose your own. And your realtor will have some suggestions for you if you don't know if it's a settlement company that you want to use. That's why having a realtor is a great resource. Another thing is homeowners insurance. you want to get homeowners insurance because, or you want to think about it or shop around and know what company you're going to use when purchasing a home, because it's required to have homeowners insurance when purchasing a home. It's required by your mortgage lender. So homeowners insurance protects the mortgage company by ensuring that they are covered when it comes to damages that can affect the property's value tremendously. It also protects you as well as the buyer, because you want to make sure that you're covered. If something happens, you may not have, a huge amount of cash to take care of that damage or repair. So the typical policy can cover damage that's ranging from, let's say, fire, smoke, theft, vandalism, weather, such as like lightning, wind, or hail. So homeowners insurance can run you around $1,000 roughly, give or take a few dollars. It really just depends on what you got going on with your home. And there's a couple things that can hike up your home, or not hike up, but affect your homeowner's insurance. I'm tongue tied. So if you purchase a home with a wood burning stove, your insurance can increase by 2%. If you have a smart security system, it can cut your rates. If you have a swimming pool, that can hike up your rates a little bit too. And if you bundle your deal, like let's say you have car insurance, you could bundle it and there may be some savings there. So that's why it's good to look around. And the most common damage is wind damage on home insurance claims. So fire is the most costliest home insurance claim as well. And if you have a dog, it's really good to have something that covers your dog, because dog bites make up a third of the liability claims. And that's another thing. A lot of people don't know the other things that are covered by homeowners insurance. So definitely do your research on what company you want to use and what's covered. But after that, when you have a good idea of what you have, how much money you're being lent, who you're working with, you could pretty much just start home shopping at this point. Your realtor will send you properties based on your needs and your wants, but at the end of the day, everyone should be on the same page about your budget, your location, your strategy, your needs and your wants. And you also, coordinate a time with your realtor. What typically happens is that your realtor will send you properties, or you can even send your realtor properties if you see something, and you coordinate times to go view that property if it all makes sense. You can all Let's say you're working with someone in a different state. Your realtor, if it's a good realtor, they should be able to do a video tour for you as well. So after you find the home that you want, you're gonna put an offer in on the home that you like. If it checks all of your boxes or most of your boxes, then go for it. So before putting an offer on a home, it's just important for you and your realtor to understand a few things, and your realtor will know this: the comps or the comparables. They'll tell you what the market value of your home is, or give you a really, really good estimated um, market value of your home. It's good to know what your home is worth before putting an offer, because you don't want to put too much or put too little and lose out on your offer. So you need to know also if there's other offers on the property, because you might put an offer and think, oh, and you didn't know that there was competition, but you had a few extra $1,000 to make your offer seem a little bit, or whatever the case may be. You had something up your sleeve to make your offer seem a little bit better. You need to know who else has a offer on the property, or how many other offers are on the property. Your real estate agent should be calling the listing agent and asking these questions. So if there's anything else that the seller is looking for in an offer, that's another question that your real estate agent should be asking the agent that represents the seller, so they can make sure that we know all the details to have the best offer presented, because you want to have an offer accepted. You don't want to hear, oh, we didn't accept your offer. So your realtor will put together several documents to present your offer to the seller. And this will include your pre-approval letter from the lender to show like that you're able to, just kind of backing you up a little bit, saying, hey, this person can afford this. Your sales contract will kind of um, lay out the terms of your offer pretty much. Any contingencies that the seller may need to know about, um, disclosures, anything else that pertains to the sale of the home. So that's going to be all. It's a lot of documents. That's all included in your offer. So your realtor will be notified pretty much if your offer has been accepted or rejected. So if the seller liked your offer, but they want to just change something about the terms, tweak a little something something, then you can negotiate with them and come to an agreement. So when both parties accept the offer, or come to an agreement about the offer, and they're on the same track, then that's when your contract is now ratified and you're under contract on that home. Yes. So once under contract, you should know your deadlines pretty much. These things are outlined in the offer so that you know your deadlines are there. They're there for you. So it's good to know what you're signing, read over your contracts. So your realtor should help you keep on top of everything as well, but a lot of the information, there's a lot of information, and there's just a lot of moving parts in the real estate transaction. So your real estate agent should definitely help you keep on track. Typically, the first thing that's done is to pretty much notify your lender and settlement company that you're under contract. The lender can get started with processing your loan, and the settlement company can get started on your escrow and title search. So you'll need to pay an earnest money deposit, and that's a predetermined amount that you put in the contract that you discuss with the real estate agent. So you need to pay that as soon as possible. You don't want to delay on that because there's deadlines for that as well. And that's outlined in your sales contract as well. So the EMD, or the earnest money deposit, pretty much just shows the seller that you're a serious buyer. You're serious, because if you decide to back out for any reason that goes against the terms of the contract, the seller can keep your earnest money deposit. If the inspection is being done, if you wanted an inspection, then you need to schedule that as well as soon as possible, because there's a deadline for that as well. And you don't want to call an inspector last minute and his schedule is booked. So you want to make sure that you're on top of things. Your lender will order an appraisal. Their appraisal will determine, sorry, excuse me. Your appraisal will determine your home's value. The lender has this done so that they can ensure that the home is really worth the amount that they're loaning you. They got to protect themselves as well. They can't just be loaning out any type of money, not knowing that the home is worth less or more. So depending on the type of loan and the type of offer, there may be additional documents that you need to sign in a timely manner. But it's very important to understand what you're signing as well. Like I said before, read over things and ask questions so that you understand what you're signing. There's a lot of moving parts in a transaction, a real estate transaction. So the closing date is predetermined as well. Is outlined in your sales contract, and you will know this date as well. So it can change because there's delays that can occur, or just any unknown factor. So closing usually is about 30 to 45 days out from the date of ratification, the date you and the seller said, hey, we both agree to this. So some lenders can close in a shorter time frame. If you don't need to do that, then you shouldn't put that pressure on yourself, because you don't want to miss deadlines because you wanted to just have your house faster. But some lenders can close under in 21 days, 2 weeks. It just depends. You will need to get the clear to close from your lender's underwriting team. So this is just stating that the clear to close is just stating that your loan is good to go, and you can go ahead and sign the documents to transfer ownership. So on the actual closing day, you will be the owner of the property. So that day when you're signing the documents, you're the owner. On this day, the funds are transferred from escrow. Everybody's, all the funds are getting moved to where they need to be. Um, you'll the deed will be updated to the home with your name and whoever else you may have on there. So you need to pay your closing costs there as well. And this amount you'll be notified. You're not gonna just be like sitting at the closing costs. They're gonna say, well, this, and this is how much you paid today. No, this is something that you should know before sitting at the closing table. This is something that's, you should even give the good to go to them too, so we're all on the same page. So once all the documents are signed, then congratulations, you're a homeowner. Yes, you are a homeowner. And that's that. That's pretty much the gist of the home buying process. Um, it could get complicated or it could go as smooth as this, but there's a lot of moving parts in a transaction, so it's good for you to understand the gist of what's going on. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or any type of property in the DMV area, I'm licensed in Virginia and I have connections in the DMV area. Give me a call and let's get you into the home that you deserve, or let's get you back the money that you deserve for your investment.